Hey, what's going on, guys? We're live again with another video. Today, Arsenal have just drew 1-1 away at Stamford Bridge with a beautiful strike, beautiful finish from Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli scoring at Stamford Bridge is inevitable. And a certain Cole Palmer, Arsenal kept quiet in this game, nullified his existence in this game. Yet Arsenal failed to stop one of the best left foot wingers in the league, Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto gets the equalizer for Chelsea, and it ends in points shared at the bridge. We're going to give you guys the full breakdown of the game from lineups to the result, the goals scored, and chance after chance for Arsenal, but just can't get in the back of the net. Robert Sanchez not really making much mistakes in this game, but Levi Colwill, very questionable performance today for Chelsea. On the other hand, I have a guest joining me as well. We're going to get straight into it, folks. But if you are watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Twitter, please hop on over to my YouTube channel. Hit that like button. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Those of you watching this on replay, let me know your man of the match for Arsenal. I'm going to do a live player ratings as well with my friend Charlie, who's also an Arsenal fan. Let's get straight into the video, shall we? Hey, big up Charlie. Thanks for joining me on the review stream today. After you could say it was a battle at the bridge, or in the second half, did Arsenal just sit back and let Chelsea get into the game? Initial thoughts, we've just drew 1-0 to Chelsea at the bridge. Charlie, how do you feel about that performance?
Big up, Mel. Cheers for having me on. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what to say after that. I mean, look, a draw at Stamford Bridge isn't like an awful result. It's not. That's not my problem. It's just annoying the fact we went 1-0 up and then conceded the equaliser. I thought we should have won the game. To be honest, I feel like it was a good chance to get 3 points, but. Yeah, that's 4 games now in the Premier League without a win. So we really needed this win today. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating. I thought we played all right today. But yeah, just disappointing the fact they equalised, to be honest. Because once we went 1-0 up, I thought we were gonna hold on, to be honest. But yeah, 1-1 draw. I think it was a fair result, to be honest. I think a draw was a fair result.
And Charlie,
100%.
we're just talking backstage that Trossard chance in the end, it was around the 95th minute. Trossard has a chance. He passes it to Kai Havertz. It would have been offside anyway, and it would have killed me for them to celebrate and then have the goal ruled off for offside. I would rather it not count in the first place than them do the whole celebration and everything and have the goal disallowed. As you guys saw, Kai Havertz was the one to score in this game early on to break off the deadlock, and his goal was ruled offside. Do you think that goal was rightfully offside, Charlie?
What, Havertz? Yeah.
Havertz's goal in the first half, I think, it was
I think that was
offside. Clear offside for me.
Offside.
It's a shame. But that Martinelli goal, Levi Colwill plays everyone and his grandma on side. There's no way that Martinelli goal was going to be disallowed. And before we get into the play ratings, Charlie, I do want to talk to you about the lineups. There was something crucial in the lineup today. 2 main talking points for Arsenal's lineup today. I'm going to go through it with you, and you give me your thoughts on the lineup. I think the biggest talking point of the lineup today is the fact that Martin Odegaard, our skipper, is back into the starting 11. So our lineup today for Arsenal, setting up away at the bridge, was Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel partnership, Timber, Rice, Partey, Odegaard midfield, and then the front 3 picks itself: Saka, Martinelli, and Kai Havertz. One of your, I wouldn't say favorites, but one of the players you like in this team is Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard has been influential most of the time when he comes off the bench. But in this game, he did come off the bench as a substitution, and Mikel Merino was also on the bench. Kivior Zinchenko were on the bench. Sterling was not able to play this game because he was on loan. And when we go through the Chelsea's lineup, which I will go through now, Chelsea had one change from the Man United game, which was their previous game. Sanchez, Malo Gusto, Fofana, Colwell, Cucurella, Lavia, Caicedo, Madueke, Cole Palmer, Neto, and Jackson up front. A lot of questions were around whether Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Cole Palmer, as well as Martin Odegaard, would they start this game? And of course, we saw all of them start this game. The only player that did not play or be in the squad was Jadon Sancho. Coincidentally, ever since the new GTA came out, he's not been, I think it's the new Call of Duty game, he's not been available to play. So he's probably busy on Call of Duty, but
Which player is that?
Was injured. Jadon
Sancho, yeah. He's playing Black Ops 6.
Yeah, he's too busy playing the new Black Ops.
Yeah.
Charlie, for you, what do you think of the lineup so far, how we set up? It's our strongest midfield we could have gone with, Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. How did you feel going into this game, knowing that we do have the skipper back in the starting 11?
I was confident, to be fair. I mean, I actually predicted a 1-1 draw, but yeah, my head was saying 1-1, my heart was saying 2-1. But no, I thought the lineup was good. Yeah, it's definitely probably our strongest lineup that we can probably put out right now for sure. Actually, I think it is our strongest lineup. So, yeah.
Yeah, I kept saying that on the bench we're missing Calafiori, Tomiyasu, and Tierney, who are injured and still yet to come back. Now, Charlie, we're going into the international break, unfortunately, not with 3 points. So the gap on Liverpool is a lot larger now. I believe it's 9 points behind Liverpool now. Forest lost today. Tottenham lost today. Embarrassed Tottenham by Ipswich. Well done to Ipswich getting their first win in 22 games. This was a time for Arsenal to capitalize and make the gap smaller upon Liverpool, who are top of the league as it stands. I believe we're 9 points off Liverpool right now, and our next games are Forest, West Ham. Of course, we have Sporting Lisbon away in the Champions League as well, but the fixtures are coming thick and fast. A lot of people are going to ask this question, Charlie, and you know it's coming up. You're probably not, you probably don't want to talk about it, but is Arsenal's title hopes faded in thin air?
No, I don't think the title's over, but I think it's looking bleak, to be honest. It's looking bleak. I don't think the title's over just yet. But I think it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Charlie, really I also agree with you. I don't think the title is over yet. I think, however, games that we didn't win last season, like the likes of Craven Cottage or even going to Anfield, we haven't won at Anfield since 2012. If we can win at Anfield and win at Craven Cottage, it would make up for this draw against Chelsea at the Bridge. As you said earlier in the start of this review, Charlie, you said going away to the Bridge isn't a good result, isn't necessarily a great game to go to. It's not an easy ground to go to. And with that being said, Charlie, Mikel Arteta has never lost at Stamford Bridge. And as you saw today, the points are shared at the Bridge in this battle at the Bridge. Kai Havertz and Declan Rice returned to Chelsea, two players who were previously at Chelsea. Big up to you, Arsenal Gunner. Kai Havertz, for me, he did get a head injury against Inter Milan, and again today he got injured. But did we do enough to nullify Chelsea in terms of, other than Cole Palmer? I think Pedro Neto, he had a lot of space for that goal that we conceded, and I think that's Kai Havertz to blame for that. Kai Havertz, there was a lot of space left on that side for Pedro Neto to cut through. And I made fun of Enzo Fernandez when he was subbed on, but it ended up being Enzo Fernandez. Really good pass to Pedro Neto, one of the best left foots in the Premier League, and really nice goal, really good finish. Big up to Mr. B. I thought we would win 2-1. Charlie, what was your score prediction going into this game?
It was 1-1. It was 1-1, my score.
So
Yeah,
you got it.
1-0.
You got it. You got it spot on then.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, Arsenal drew the game.
Yeah, I am a bit frustrated with this result. I am because I just think a win would have been so big for the season, and I don't think we played badly. I actually thought defensively we were fairly solid for most of the game. I thought going forward, second half we were a bit like more creative, but yeah, it's just more points from winning positions that we've dropped, and I'm not going to sit here and start calling for the manager to go because of
No, I think
drawing
that's too
away at
extreme.
Chelsea.
Some channels do
Yeah,
that
so
every week.
I I don't think the title's over, but it's not looking good. Like the
No,
last few weeks, our form's not been good enough to be honest. So
I think in this
yeah,
international break, if we can withdraw Saka and Declan Rice from England, these boys should take a quick trip to Dubai and
yeah,
have a reset going into the business end of the season, which is soon approaching us, that Christmas end to the season. Charlie, before we get into the player ratings today, I do want to talk about, a lot of people are going to be negative today about the result because Arsenal have yet to win a game. Ever since we started against Liverpool at home, we have not won a game of football in the league.
no,
Yeah,
we
we
haven't
beat
we haven't,
Preston in the
we haven't
cup,
won
but
since the start of October.
yeah,
Start of
which is
October.
really bad.
Yeah,
But I don't think it was too bad. Chelsea away isn't a walk in the park game, but it's annoying that we conceded once we were ahead again. Typical Arsenal, we go ahead. We're supposed to, stay into gear, try to get a second goal, or at least if you can't get a second goal, hold on and maintain your lead, be positionally aware, be defensively aware. And I felt like for Pedro Neto's chance, we just left him wide open. There was no man marking him. There was no one blocking him. Between Kai Havertz and our defenders, it was so easy for Pedro Neto to get that pass from Enzo effortlessly. Um, and I think it was a good chance from Trossard in the last minute of the game, but it would have been offside, so there's no point talking about it anyway.
I'm happy it didn't go in. Then I'm happy it didn't go in.
I agree because we would have celebrated, and only for it to be chalked off would have pissed me off even more. Charlie, in the first half of the game, I thought we played really well. Even Chelsea's fullbacks were playing well. I think Saka and Martinelli could have got more service in the first half. In terms of our attackers wise, I think Martinelli was one of the better attackers in the first half. Arsenal were quite unlucky. I wouldn't really say unlucky for Havertz's offside goal. As we just discussed, it was a clear offside. And Odegaard, you couldn't really ask too much from him in going into this game because he's just coming back from 2 months of injury. But I thought in the second half, Odegaard, Partey, Moreno, midfield were quite dominant. Of course, Declan Rice got subbed off, and Moreno and Trossard comes on. Martinelli, for me, was one of the most effective forwards moving forward on the ball. He deserved that goal alongside the Odegaard assist. Odegaard just coming back, walking into this team, getting assist under his belt. But some people are going to say Mikel Moreno when he came on as a cameo appearance. I think he had a good appearance under pressure, Charlie. He looked so calm on the ball and consistently broke the lines with his dribbling and passing range. I felt like he had a good cameo appearance, and a lot of people were harsh on him in the last game. But judging game by game, this is ridiculous comments. And I told you not to self-promote in my chat, so ridiculous.
Yeah, here he is, Mr.
Mr. Negative himself. And Mr. Self-promoting of all people.
What's he doing? Banned.
Charlie, I do want to ask, who did you think were Arsenal's strong players going into this game? After the game now, you saw it. Who stood out for you in this game, whether it be a defender, an attacker, a midfielder? If you had to pick 3 star players in this game, who would it be and why?
3? Ooh. Well, I mean, I think Odegaard. I thought he was a little bit quiet first half. I think he was getting back into the pace of playing like again. I thought Odegaard was a bit quiet first half, but second half I thought he was brilliant. To be honest, I thought he was good. Got an assist. Martinelli is, I think, as well. He grew into the game. I thought second half he was excellent. And who else? I thought there was some decent performances in the midfield. You know what? I'm going to give this to Moreno. I thought Moreno was good when he came on.
He had a good cameo appearance. I agree.
Yeah, I thought Moreno was good, but if I had to give one to another player,
Saliba was good too. I think Saliba did well. There was a chance where
Martinelli
he
and
nearly had a
Odegaard, I'd say.
Saliba nearly had a header, but Levi Colwell just Saliba was ready to pounce on it for a header, but Levi Colwell handled him well. I think Saliba did well to handle Nicholas Jackson, who was in really good form. Jackson made some really good runs today. But it was good that William Saliba dealt with him really good, and Gabriel. Charlie, shall we get straight into the player ratings? Thanks everyone who's tuned in so far.
Yeah, go for
195
it.
people
Go for it.
watching on YouTube and Twitter. Big up to each and every one of you. I know, Charlie, it's not really positive and all a bed of roses here where Arsenal should have got the 3 points. I thought we played better than Chelsea in the first half, but it was a bit close. It was a bit even. Chelsea did have a chance from Malo Gusto in that first half.
I thought we
Charlie,
started.
oh my God, that chance from Malo Gusto. I'm thinking, how did he not
Oh,
marry
yeah.
that? That was
I thought
crazy in the first half.
Yeah, I thought first 10, 15 minutes Chelsea started the game quite well. I thought we looked a bit not shaky, but I think Chelsea started better. But I think as the half grew on, we actually started to improve. A lot more possession. Had a couple
Definitely.
of chances as well. So I thought first half, after a bit of a shaky start, I thought we played all right. But generally, we kept giving away free kicks at the end of the first half, and I thought this is going to be a repeat of Inter Milan, to be honest. I thought they were going to score at the end of the half because Palmer had 2 free kicks, but he hit the wall. Then I thought second half we started well, got the goal. Then we dropped off a bit, and then they equalised, and then I thought we ended the game well. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, points at the end of the day, the points are shared at the bridge. We'll see them in the reverse fixture at the Emirates. Charlie, of course, last year in the reverse fixture, you went to that thrilling game. It was like a training session for you, and you have friends who support Chelsea, even a brother who supports Chelsea.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I can't stand Chelsea, and it would have been nice to get the win. In this game today, if you had to pick a man of the match before we get into the player ratings, I think the man of the match that who got the official man of the match today was Cucurella or Pedro Neto, but I think it was given to Pedro Cucurella, if I'm not mistaken. He had a good game today. For Arsenal, if you had to pick a man of the match based on our performance today, who would you pick and why? Hi, Jordan. Big up to you.
Oh. Did you already pick yours?
No, I didn't pick mine yet. I would say.
Yeah, go on, man.
Go ahead, Charlie.
No, you know what? I forgot to mention this guy. I thought Thomas Partey was actually alright today as well.
So he's my man of the match, Charlie. I picked him for my man of the match. I think he does really
you picked
well.
Partey? Yeah. I've got. Yeah, you said the 3 players that stood out: Partey, Odegaard, and Martinelli. You know what? I'm going to give it to Martinelli for his goal.
Martinelli, fair play. That's a good one. And that was a beautiful finish for that goal from Nelly there. He beat Sanchez near the post. Arteta's plan, I think it was a bit too defensive to win a game that was there for the taking. Arsenal allowed Chelsea to dictate that second half of the gameplay. But a draw at Stamford Bridge is not the end of the world. It's not a disastrous result. And it's the prior results against Newcastle and Bournemouth that makes this feel like a loss.
Exactly.
More importantly, Charlie, before this game started, you said a big point is Arsenal are still unbeaten against top 6 teams in the Premier League this season, Charlie. And I think we don't get enough mention for that. Yeah, you don't win trophies based on being unbeaten against teams in the top 6. You win trophies based on performances against opposition teams. But Arsenal are unbeaten in all of their 14 Premier League games against Big 6 opponents since the start of the season, which is where we drop points against the smaller teams like Bournemouth. We shouldn't have lost points. We struggled to score against Bournemouth, which was poor. And just like I said earlier, it was the previous games that make this result look bad.
Exactly what I was
going to say. Partey did well today. I don't think Partey had a foot wrong today. And a lot of the times he's not really given much credit. Charlie,
he was good.
Before we get into the player ratings, I guess for your man of the match, you picked Martinelli for the goal. I felt like he was one of our better attackers today. I did talk about his goal and also Odegaard setting him up nicely for that goal. Charlie, we'll get straight into it. Player ratings. We'll start with David Raya versus Sanchez. Sanchez did have to make some good saves in the second half, mind you. Was he really tried and tested? I don't think so. Trossard had some chances where
No.
he should have finished them away in the second half, and he failed to do so. What did you make of David Raya's performance today? And between 1 to 10, what would you give him?
No, I don't think either keeper was overly tested. I thought, like I said, Arsenal were like solid. Yeah, I thought we didn't give up many chances, but we didn't create loads today. But I mean, obviously we took the lead. But yeah, like you said, Mel, I wanted to address this.
Yeah.
It ain't drawing away at Chelsea. Ain't gonna. Yeah, drawing away at Chelsea. The reason why I'm a bit frustrated is because of the previous games. But
Yeah,
it is what it
100%.
is, isn't it? But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It's we can't. You know what I mean? It's annoying because we should have won more games what we have this season. But yeah, David Raya, yeah. I thought he made some alright save. I thought he made one or two decent stops. His distribution was alright. Claimed some crosses. Not much he could have done for the goal, to be honest. So I'll give him a 7.
I agree with you, Charlie. I'm also going to give Raya a 7. I don't think he did. He couldn't do anything for that Neto goal. That Neto strike was fabulous. And he was beaten by only that Neto strike. That was it. He did well other than that. I think coming off his line quickly. He was given too much time outside the box. And for me, I think he gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Moving on to our defensive back line, Charlie. Ben White versus Pedro Neto. How did you think Ben White did in the 1v1 matchup against Neto? Of course, for that goal, I think Ben White kind of switched off for it, and even Havertz, you could say, switched off for it. How did you think Ben White did today, and what would you give him out of
10? Honestly, I think Ben White, I actually don't think he did too badly. I don't think he did too badly today. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about this one. Ben White, I actually don't think he was too. I don't think he was too bad, but I didn't think he. I don't think he dealt too bad with Neto today. I know obviously Neto scored, but yeah, I'll give him 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, to be honest.
Charlie, just like you, I'm also giving him a 6.5 out of 10. I think he could have done better there to stop Neto from having so much space. But
To
again,
be honest, that ain't on his
I also bring
side.
that to Havertz as well because it was on Havertz's side.
6. I'm giving him a 6.5 because I'm watching the goal back. It ain't even on his side.
No,
One
it
of
was
Martinelli
on
or
the other end
Havertz.
of the flanks.
Yeah,
it was on the other flank, so Martinelli or Havertz, and it was
yeah,
wide
one of them
open.
two were
But
at fault for that.
I think
But I thought
I'm going to give him a 6.5. I think Neto did beat him a few times getting the ball. Now we move on to Saliba, who I think handled Nicholas Jackson quite well in this game. Saliba's been in form, and so has Nicholas Jackson. But in the air, Saliba was really dominant and solid in possession on the ball. He did have that chance from that corner in the second half where he was ready to pounce on goal, but Levi Colwell stopped him and just went right above him. Saliba, for me, gets the 8 out of 10. I think he was one of our better center backs tonight in defense. And I think 8 out of 10 is a fair score for him. How about you, Charlie?
Yeah, so yeah, I thought Ben White wasn't too bad today, but I thought Saliba was good today. Yeah, I thought he was good in possession. I think he was quite solid defense. Yeah, I thought Saliba was solid defensively. I thought he was good today, so I'll give him a 7.5. I thought Saliba was good.
And now we move on to Gabriel. Like Saliba, I think Gabriel didn't really put a foot wrong. He didn't really have much to do. So Gabriel gets a 7 or 7.5. I'm gonna give a 7 to Gabriel, and the same thing for Jurrien Timber. Jurrien Timber, oh my days, Charlie. I think this was in the second half. Timber almost scored a goal, but it just was really like a hair from goal, but it would have been a great goal. It went too wide. What's your ratings for Gabriel and Timber?
Oh yeah, I thought I'd remind you about the banner as well.
Oh,
Gabriel,
sorry.
yeah, it's all right now. It's all right. I I thought I'd remind you in case you forget because I do it on streams all the time. Um, whenever I used to watch songs, I'd forget to change the score for ages.
Yeah.
Gabriel, I thought Gabriel was all right. I thought Gabriel was solid today. I'll give him a 7.5 as well. I thought Gabriel was good. I thought Gabriel was. I thought Gabriel kept Jackson quiet. Um, so I'll give him a 7.5. Ooh, Yuri and Timber didn't really offer much going forward, but
No.
I thought defensively he weren't too bad. So I'll give him a 6.5.
That's a fair result. That's a fair score for today. I hope Timber's fully match fit though. You saw today another player go off injured was Bukayo Saka. We'll get to him in attack, but let's move on to midfield. We'll start with our skipper who is back in the starting 11 today, Martin Odegaard. Odegaard for me, just like we talked about earlier, Charlie. I think in the first half he was a bit quiet. It was his first game for Arsenal that he started since August, so you can't really expect too much from him. But in the second half, Odegaard, of course, he created Martinelli's goal. Great pass through to Martinelli and played 90 minutes of a captain's performance. For me, he's up there for man of the match as well. Even though he didn't get on the score sheet, he did get the assist, and he really helped Arsenal to midfield. He got things going for us, and he didn't give up for the full 90 minutes. For me, he gets an 8 out of 10 as well. How about
Arsenal
you,
vlogs
Charlie?
is in the Arsenal vlogs is in the chat.
Yeah,
But
not anymore.
yeah, I thought Odegaard, yeah, 7.5. I thought, yeah, first half maybe he was getting back to pace. He was a little bit quiet. But I thought second half he was good. I thought he started to really stamp his authority on the game, and it was good to have him back. It was good. I think we looked a lot better with him being back. So I'll give him a 7.5. I thought he was really good second half. First half I thought he wasn't that bad, but I thought second half he was even better. To be fair.
Yeah, I think it's the second half where he really stood out. Luca, you're just asking for trouble right now. I never go into your chats or anybody's chats saying I'm live or come join me. This is disgraceful of you, and you're a lot older than me. Show some respect.
Oh no, he's back again. The LQ challenge. How
Yeah,
many ults has he got?
he's desperate for viewers. He has to go into other people's live streams, interrupt their chat, interrupt their live stream like he's doing now. Has no respect for panelists, and then he wonders why people don't watch his channel. Anyway, moving forward. I also agree with you on Odegaard. I think in the second half is where we really noticed his dominant display and why he's been missing from this team. For someone who hasn't started a game for Arsenal since August, you can't really expect too much from him, but I'm so glad to have him back from injury. Moving on to Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, for me, just like I said earlier, is my man of the match. Charlie picked Martinelli, fair play. He did get a really good goal, and he was one of our better attackers moving forward on the ball in the first half. Partey did well to keep Cole Palmer quiet and basically man-marked Partey at times throughout this game. A solid performance from Partey, and for me, Partey gets an 8 out of 10 as well. I'll even say 8.5 because he's my man of the match. So for me, Partey gets an 8.5 out of 10. Charlie, over to you. What did you make of the Ghanaian midfielder today?
I thought I thought Partey was really good today. Yeah, I thought he I'll give him an 8 because you know what, I bumped Saliba up to an 8 and
Fair.
Partey can go to an as an 8 as well because I thought Partey was good. To be fair, I actually thought he was decent. To be fair, um, nah, you know what, I'll keep Saliba at 7.5 and Partey 7.5. I'll give him
Okay.
because yeah, 7.5. I thought Partey was really good today. I thought it was a good performance. Kept Palmer quiet, and yeah, he used the ball well. I thought he did well in midfield today.
Yeah, I think Partey was really well in handling Cole Palmer 1v1 at times in the game. We didn't really see Cole Palmer be too much of a threat in this game. I feel like Neto and Jackson were more of a threat than Cole Palmer overall. We dealt with him nicely. He was also coming back from injury, Cole Palmer. Now we move on to Declan Rice. As you guys know, before this game, it was reported that Declan Rice had a broken toe against Newcastle, which is why he didn't travel to Inter Milan midweek. I think he had a solid performance, but it was bang average for me. I don't think he was quite his best today. And as a result, I'd give him a 6 out of 10. How about you,
I'll give
Charlie?
him. I'll give him a 6.5. I thought he was solid. I thought he worked hard. I don't think he quite. I thought he did his defensive duties well, but he didn't offer what he usually does going forward. But I thought Declan Rice was all right today. I don't think he was I don't think he was at his best, but I thought he was solid. To be honest, I thought Rice wasn't too bad today, so I give him a 6.5. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think the one thing we missed from Declan Rice today, or against Inter Milan, you would say especially, is being able to break down the lines. And today we saw him try to do that in this game. Hopefully, Declan Rice gets recalls from England and goes back to London to fully rest. He has a broken toe, and he continued to play with that today, possibly with injections, is what I'm thinking. Now we move on to our front three attackers. Bukayo Saka. Saka versus Marc Cucurella today. How did you think that matchup did, Charlie?
I thought. I don't think Saka was at his best today. To be honest, I
Yeah.
thought Cucurella dealt with him quite well. To be fair, um, yeah, I thought Saka was. I don't think Saka was. Look, he came
And
off
he
with an
went off
injury. So
injured in the second half. Yeah. You can't even give him
exactly.
a
Let's
full.
hope. Let's hope it's not too serious. But I think Chelsea doubled up on him a lot, and I think he failed to. I think he didn't really impact the game. He tried, but it wasn't. He just couldn't. He couldn't quite get an impact on the game. I'll give him 6. I'll give him a
A fair
6.
play to you. I mean, Saka, I don't think it was one of his strongest games today. It wasn't his worst. I think Cucurella did deal with him better in the second half before Saka was subbed off. Saka played 81 minutes today before being subbed off. I think the only bright thing about this Saka injury could be that he doesn't go to England, and even Declan Rice. I know they made it to the England team called up, but if they're not fit to go, maybe they'll stay. I think Cucurella did deal with Saka well in the second half to stop giving Saka space. Saka did try to set up Moreno though in the second half. And for me, Saka gets a 6.5 out of 10. He did try to create a good chance to set up Moreno, who could have got us 2 goals to 1, and we would have won this game, Charlie, and it would have been a much more happier match reaction / player ratings. We move on now to a former Chelsea player. We move on to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, for me, his goal ruled out in the first half, which we already discussed, was a clear offside. I think he did all right. He didn't really put a foot wrong, but for me, it was just an average performance from Kai. I don't think he was solid today, going forward wise in attack. He was just average, and for me, he gets a 6.5 out of 10. How about you?
Havertz gets a 6. I think he was. I think he worked hard. He worked hard. Obviously, a bit unlucky with the offside goal. If he had just kept himself on the side, then it'd been a good finish. But unfortunately, he was just offside. To be fair, but yeah, obviously he scored an offside goal, but that's the closest he came. To be fair, I thought he worked hard. He tried, but he didn't really impact the game too much. He was a bit quiet, to be honest. So yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give Havertz a 6, to be fair. But I don't think he was really in the game too much. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he really got into the game, even in the second half. Um, he didn't really do anything influential in the game, I'd say. Martinelli for me, moving on to Martinelli. I think Martinelli was one of our best attacking threats in this game overall. Really good chance in the first half by Martinelli, which he should have pocketed away. 2022, 2023, Martinelli would have buried that chance in the back of the net, but he made up for it by scoring a really good goal after the break, which Robert Sanchez got beat near the post. Great finish for Martinelli's goal and wonderful assist by Martin Odegaard. Martinelli gets a 7.5 for me. Thank God he got this goal, Charlie, because his confidence was really shot for. Hopefully this means back to strong confidence for Martinelli. And for me, he gets a 7.5 out of 10. How about you, Charlie? This was your man of the match shouts.
Well, I'm either going to give him a 7.5 or an 8. I'm going to give it, and the reason why is because he scored the goal. Like, fair play to him at the back post, good finish. So I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7.5, but he just about gets the man of the match for me. I think Saliba was good. Partey in the midfield was good. Odegaard was good. So I think that's a fair one. 7.5. 7.5 or an 8. 7.5 or an 8 I'll go for because 7.5 or an 8 because he got the goal. It was a bit of a difficult first half for him, as in he wasn't really in the game too much. But I thought second half he was taking on his players, getting some joy, and I thought he was good second half, and don't know why he got taken off.
Do you think Martinelli was one of our better attackers out of the front three, Charlie?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, absolutely. He scored the goal and he was actually trying to make things happen. So, yeah, he gets.
Even after he scored the goal, I don't think he kind of sat back. He really tried.
Don't know why he got taken off, to be honest.
I also think that was a poor substitution. And mind you, going into this game, I think we should have brought Jorginho on. It would have helped us to break the lines down more and get better passing ability in this game. Game management wise, I understand why we brought on why we took Saka off and brought on Jesus, but I would have brought on Jorginho or Ethan Nwaneri in this game. The result could have been different. We've gone through Martinelli. Now the final match rating is for our gaffer, Mikel Arteta. Hopefully Luca's not here on an alt account because we're about to hear Arteta out shouts. Tommy, big up to you. I did see your message. Thanks for joining, Tommy. Charlie, I'll start with you on this one. I guess in this game you can say, did we really set up well in a battle of the bridge? We played our strongest 11, but game management wise, could we have made better substitutions? What did you make of Arteta today, and what's your rating for Mikel Arteta in today's game?
Look, in terms of mention to the sub players as well, Moreno I thought was decent when he came on. Trossard didn't do a lot. Jesus didn't do a lot. But Mikel Arteta, I thought the lineup was good. My problem, is when we get into the lead, we seem to sit back. That's my problem with Mikel Arteta. Every time we get into a lead, we seem to sit back. I can give you an example of that as well. Liverpool at home, we were so good. We were so good first half,
and we sat back.
And all of our best players on the pitch were attacking players, yet we sat back. So that's my problem with Mikel Arteta. You know what I mean? But today I thought up until Chelsea equalised, the game plan was pretty good. But my only thing is why we did start to sit back a little bit after they scored. So I thought the starting lineup he selected was good. Some of the subs were a bit questionable. I'll give him a 5.5 or a 6.
Some people say, what more does Ethan have to say to get a start? Of course, Charlie, next up in the Premier League, we do have 2 weeks of international break. So there comes my boy Bukayo Saka and Lee Carsley-Bull. So, Charlie, we have Forest at home, actually, sorry. West Ham away at the London Stadium. Fingers crossed, Lopetegui is still their manager. Then we have Man United Man United, big game. Man United at home under Amorim gonna take over. Then we have Fulham away at Craven Cottage, where we didn't win last season, and then we have Everton at home. Charlie, you are going to the game against Forest. Hopefully, you bring us good luck. You are unbeaten, Charlie. Every game you've been to at the Emirates this season so far, you are unbeaten.
This year,
Rosie,
matches,
thank you very much
wins.
for the super chat. That's very thoughtful of you and very kind of you. Thank you so much, Rosie.
Game. We have to win that. We have to.
We have to win
that game against Forest.
Garvin, you guys, Pedro Neto left foot, incredible, brilliant goal, and there was nothing we could have done to stop it. Fair play, Garvin. Mel, I might be going Liverpool City at Anfield. Whoa, that's a big game. Hopefully, we need a draw at this game, so Liverpool drop points. Charlie, I do want to say something as someone who's been a veteran in the Premier League, seeing the league titles done. Arsenal 97-98, the year that I was born, Charlie. At that time, we were 12 points behind Man United at Christmas, and we won the double that year. I'm not saying we're going to win the double, Charlie, but I've seen it done before in the past.
Mel's back. What was it? What was the thing you said at Everton? What was it?
It's not over yet, Charlie.
It's not over yet, Charlie. Yeah. Even when we were 3-1 down, you were even when Man City were 3-1 up. Yeah. No, look, it's not over yet. The title race isn't over. But I'll say it, if we don't beat Forest, I think it is.
Some of the fickle fans, Charlie, like Luca, who weren't around or much younger in 97-98, they would not have stood to survive being 12 points behind at Man United at Christmas. And we won the league double that year, 97-98. So I've seen this done before. A 9-point gap can be overturned. Hopefully Arsenal go on a run now. I know Forest took points off Liverpool at Anfield. Forest are no pushovers. But on its own, the result isn't as bad, and it was a decent performance away from home, especially the last 20 minutes. I felt Mikel Merino had a good display. 9 points is a lot, though. Can Arsenal do it? A title race, does it start now in game week 11, or does it start in the business end of the season, end of March, beginning of April? If we close the gap 4 or 5 points by Christmas, we are still in this title race, and I am not writing Arsenal off till it's over.
No, I'm not. But I think if we don't beat Forest, yeah. No, actually, I'll take it back. Yeah, no, I will say it. If we don't beat Forest, yeah, and Liverpool and City win, I think that
we need a draw from Liverpool City's game.
We need to beat. If we beat Forest, I'll be a lot more confident. But if we don't beat Forest, I just can't. I just can't see us being in the title race, to be honest. But Forest won't be an easy game. But we're at home, so we have to bring our A game, to be honest. But that's my opinion. I think we're still in it. But if we don't beat Forest, it's not looking good.
I also think we're still in it, Charlie. Of course, Forest, we have them at home. The last time we played Forest, they were not in the form they are now, and they are currently behind us because Newcastle won today. Charlie, before we wrap up the stream, I do want to mention Martin Odegaard's performance today. Hopefully, Martin Odegaard's return will get Arsenal back on the score sheet game after game. We need to go on a big run now, and that begins with Forest at home. Charlie, bring us all the good luck you are, whether you're sitting upper tier, lower tier, on the pitch, doing halftime shootout, who knows.
Yeah,
Martin Odegaard returns from injury, makes his first start since game week 3 in August, and the midfielder created 4 chances in this game, including 2 big chances and 1 assist for Martinelli's goal. Hopefully, no more injuries to Arsenal, and we need a draw from that Liverpool-Man City game. Charlie,
yeah.
Somebody says, Melina, I love the way you cooked some cretins on Twitter a few days ago. Pick up yourself. Yes, mate, I always speak up for myself.
For me, if we can beat Forest and then we can beat West Ham, that'd be brilliant because Liverpool and Man City play the day after. So if we can win our next 2 games and then Liverpool and Man City playing each other, I think
West Ham will be a walk in the park, Charlie. West Ham are in crap form, but surely they always turn up against us, West Ham, another London derby. This was a big game
I
battle
can
at
see
the
us
bridge.
winning.
I
can
can
see us
see us
winning our
winning at
next
West
two
Ham. They're
games.
crap. I think also Mohamed Kudus is unavailable. He's still suspended for the West Ham Arsenal game on November 30th, so he won't be able to play. Charlie, any final thoughts on this game and our season so far as it stands? I know you weren't around for the 97-98 when we won the league double. When we won the double that year and we won the league.
I didn't exist. I didn't exist.
You
Exist
weren't at
back
fault
then,
back then.
unfortunately.
But Charlie,
No.
if we can close the gap on Christmas time by 4 or 5 points, this league title is not over. And if it's over, I'll come here and I'll apologize. But right now, I'm not throwing in the towel.
No, I
I'm
don't
not
think it's
giving up
over
on this
yet.
team.
No, I don't think it's over yet. But I do think Forest is a must-win because that's my feeling. I think if we don't beat Forest and Liverpool let you win, I just can't see how we can get ourselves back into it. But if we can beat Forest, then I think international breaks come at a good time, to be fair. So, yeah, my final thoughts, I think a draw is a fair result. I think we played all right in spells. I think we played well in some spells of the game. I thought defensively we were quite solid. Going forward, we showed a bit more quality today in spells. Didn't create loads, but we did create one or two good chances. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating because my thoughts on the start of the season, it's been a bit of a disaster start to the season. I mean, we've won what, 5 out of 11.
Yeah,
we keep dropping points. We keep dropping points, and the only positive thing is we haven't got a red card recently. So yeah,
and we finally scored
good.
A goal that wasn't ruled offside.
Well, we've stopped getting red cards, but we still ain't won in our last 4 games in the Prem. So yeah, so
can Arsenal turn it around? Do you believe Arsenal can turn it around, Charlie?
I do. What I said before the game, I think if we'd have lost today, I think I would have even said maybe that's it, because I think it would have been such a huge blow to lose again, and the confidence would have been at all-time low. I think a draw keeps us in it just about, literally just about at the moment, because if we don't fix it up, then we will be out of it. And then a win would have been amazing. But yeah, Forest is make or break, really. I think Forest, if we can win that after the international break, it could kickstart the season. So
I hope that's when our season officially starts, Charlie. But there is, unfortunately, some pressure on us, especially after this break.
Yeah, there is.
Will Arsenal go on a big run? Forest at home.
We need
West Ham away. Some tough games coming up. Forest are no pushovers, and they've shown that at Anfield. Man United at home. Fulham away. Charlie, I might even have a Man United spare. I'll talk to you about that backstage. Okay. Liverpool City, big game for them as well. We need a draw out of that game. We need Liverpool to drop points. Sorry for Jordan and Jack.
I don't want my 100% win record in 2024 to go. So if we don't beat Forest, I'm gonna go into meltdown.
You're coming for Chris Wood's head.
Yeah, no.
I think at times though this season we've had a bit too much composure, or losing composure, that is. Whenever we go a goal up, it seems like we tend to sit back. Today we gave a lot of space for Pedro Neto's goal from the other side of the flank. Martinelli and Havertz, you could say, respectively for that goal. But there was no way we could have stopped a goal like that. And Cucurella, fair play, he did do well to stop Bukayo Saka. Cucurella did get the official man of the match, but for me, it would be Thomas Partey. I think he's oftentimes underrated and never really gets the credit he deserves. Charlie went for Martinelli for the goal, and I don't blame him at all. But Arsenal, it's time over to us to get back on winning ways, get back to winning games, and fair play. Cucurella handled Saka well today. But can Arsenal continue to have a more solid midfield, more control in midfield, and go back to scoring from set pieces, scoring from corners where we used to? We need to go back to winning ways right after this international break. But for now, guys, back to Lee Carsley ball and Team England for 2 weeks. Charlie, you looking forward to the international break, or are you indifferent?
I'm buzzing. Yeah, they also need to reset. At least, I mean, I'm not fuming with the result. I'm not angry, but I'm a little bit disappointed. I feel like we could have won that game, but
yeah,
I'm happy as an international break because we need to get into the training grounds, and we just need to reset, take a break, break. As in not play for 2 weeks and come back and hopefully kick on, because
Arsenal
that's
get a
generally
reset
what we
now.
need.
See how well we can do. Get the gears going again. And
well, funnily enough, ever since that last international break, we came back from it, and ever since then we've been, we've been in poor form. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
which is unlike us.
We were in good form going into that last international break. We'd won.
Yes.
We hadn't lost. We literally didn't lose a game all season. Then we come back from that last international break.
We've been abysmal. We look like a shadow of ourselves.
We've been poor in a lot of games. We've been very poor in a lot of games. We weren't poor today. I thought we were all right today, but games like Newcastle, games like Bournemouth. So I'm hoping next time we come back from international break, our form changes around, which I hope it does, because that's what happened last international.
I hope so as well.
Yeah, that's.
I hope we can turn it around in terms of our form and some of our players who are lacking confidence. Martinelli getting on the score sheet today. Does this mean his confidence will continue to ooze? Hopefully, we hope for the best. Partey staying fit, staying in form, and more importantly, Thomas Partey not getting called up with the Ghana international squad for AFCON qualifiers. I know Ghana are already not qualified for AFCON, but it's good that they did not call up Thomas Partey. I think he wanted to go, but the Ghana manager refused to have him implemented in the squad, which is no big deal for us. Let's have Partey fit. And Partey, when he's match fit, when he's able to play this season, he's shown so far that he's been integral in our midfield, and he's not really put a foot wrong. He's been consistent game after game. Odegaard coming back into the squad, into the starting 11, walking right in is a huge talking point.
That's my hope.
And
that's my hope. That's my hope. That's why I still think we are still in it, because we've got him coming back, and now he's got 90 minutes under his belt. Come on, Martin Odegaard, man. Against Forest,
he got a full 90 today, and hopefully against Forest, we finally have goals again from midfield. Our midfielders used to score goals for fun, Charlie. Not really the typical Arsenal, but against Forest, this is a game where we really need to bounce back. I'll do a Forest preview, Charlie, later after the international break. Those of you who did play Fantasy Premier League this game week, Charlie and Jordan, both of you smashing it this game week, captaining Mo Salah. But before we wrap up the stream, Charlie, 83. And I tell people where they can find you, those of you who want to join my Fantasy Premier League for the season, you will be added in game week 12, game week 13, you'll be added. The league code is FR8GRO. It is a prize league. The top 2 winners of my league at the end of the season will win a £10 voucher of their choice. Good incentive to play. There's over 1,600 people in my Fantasy Premier League team. Charlie, you're around, I think, the 60th or 65th place.
30th. I'm 33rd.
30th now? Wow.
Yeah. I'm coming for that prize.
I'll have to revoke the prize if you win, Charlie.
I'm in another league. I'm in another with a prize, and I'm top by it.
Really good competitive league. Those of you who want to join. I said I did talk about the game post game. He said he was disappointed with the result, saying that we deserved more. At the same time, he was proud of the team. We played here against a tough opponent, and it wasn't the case today where we got battered. But at the same time, he did talk about not us dropping points from winning positions where we've been previously, like the likes of the Liverpool game. Hopefully Saka and Rice, they don't go on international duty. Sorry, Charlie, I know you love England, but
No,
we need
no,
them to rest,
no. I'm
and we
looking
need them
forward
to
to
get
seeing.
back to recovery.
I'm looking forward to seeing
Yes,
how
Charlie.
England get on ahead of Thomas Tuchel's. This is the
Yes,
last international break.
they're preparing
Thomas
for
Tuchel.
Thomas Tuchel.
So,
The next
yeah,
international break, Thomas Tuchel will be manager now, and it will be a lot better for Team England. Let me join the FPL. I will make Charlie lower than 30. Jack, if you want to join, if you already have a team, you can join. Anybody free to join. It is a prize league, and the code is FR8GRO. It is a prize fantasy Premier League for the 24-25 season. If you are joining, you will only be added in the next game week if you're joining now. So just keep that in mind. Charlie, we're gonna close out the stream now. Thanks so much for joining me. Rosie, and very kindly link your channel. But please, where can people find you? What type of content do you do on your channel? And any streams coming up ahead?
yeah, you can find me on FDT on YouTube. Search up either FDT Arsenal or FDT Stevenage. But if you've got the channel link, yeah, 3 subs away from 1.7k. Probably gonna do FC25 stream tonight in a little bit. But yeah, I do live streams, gaming live streams, match day vlogs. I did a Stevenage one yesterday. I did the halftime challenge, and I
Yeah,
got 1
you
out of 3.
smashed it.
Should have got 2 out of 3 in. I used the first shot as a warm-up shot, and then
You won
should have got,
£100 from that, Charlie. Well done.
and then I should have got the signed shirt and it hit the rim. So if there's ever a halftime challenge at the Emirates and I missed that shot, if I missed that shot to get a signed shirt, I'd have gone mad. But yeah, gaming live streams, match day vlogs. I'm gonna do one for Arsenal v Forest as well because that'd be good. So
yeah, it'll be
yeah,
a good match day vlog. Hopefully, Arsenal gets a win.
Power bank is definitely coming this time. Otherwise, I'll be on 1%. I'll be on
And he's
1%
got
by
to get a train home. But it's up over to Arsenal now to continue, carry this momentum, beat Forest, and hopefully get back to winning games. But it wasn't overall a poor result from Arsenal. Some people crying for Arteta out. We are unbeaten against the top 6 teams. And Arsenal, when you're looking at it from game overall, it is not far off. Arsenal can still do it if we close the gap closer to Christmas time. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Moreno had a good cameo appearance. Grand scheme of things, 9 points does look like a lot, but a title race doesn't start until end of March, April. If we can close the gap by 4 or 5 points, I still think Arsenal are in it, and it's not going to be this title race. Any Premier League title race, Charlie, is not for the faint-hearted, not for the weak-hearted, not for the weak-minded. Believe Arsenal can do this and can turn it around, but we need to win our games. And next up is Nottingham Forest at home. Charlie, enjoy the game. You'll be there in just about 2 weeks' time, just under 2 weeks now. Hopefully you get a good game and get to see Arsenal win again. Thanks,
yeah,
Charlie, for joining my stream today.
I'm mad because does feel like a while since we've got a win. It feels like a while since I've seen
since
Stephen
October.
And I don't really count the League Cup game. I didn't really celebrate that. We should be beating Preston, and my other team beat a team who's 4 divisions below them. So not had much to celebrate lately. But international break, reset, beat Forest, please, and yeah, let's we need to, because otherwise we could be coming
Arsenal
back.
need a reset after the international break. Hopefully they're able to go to Dubai.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be coming on the match reaction in 2 weeks on the way home, and my views on the title race will be different if we don't win. So that Forest game is massive. I think if we can win that, that'd be huge for sure. We need to,
Charlie. Arsenal now have an international break to reset. Battle at the Bridge ends in a draw. Thanks, Charlie, for joining me on my watch along. Thanks, Rosie. Sorry, for joining me on my player ratings and match review. Thanks, Rosie, for the super chat. Guys, Charlie is on the road to 2,000 subscribers. His link is in the chat here. Please, channel. I did link his channel earlier. Rosie also linked it in the chat. This is his channel link. Please kindly check out his channel. He does gaming videos. Sometimes he does Arsenal reactions. He does Stevenage vlogs. He does Arsenal vlogs. He has a variety of content on his channel, and he's consistent. And most importantly, we shout out channels that don't beg for viewers and don't spam my chat with their links. If you know, you know. Thanks everyone. 291 people, whether you're watching on YouTube or watching on Twitter. Thanks to each and every one of you. We'll be back for a Nottingham Forest preview in about 1.5 weeks time. Thanks everyone for your support. I'm on the road to 9,000 subscribers. So if you're new and haven't already, please check out my previous videos. Thanks so much to my friend. He joined me on my preview for the Inter Milan game. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but it was nice to have a high-profile guest on my channel. Somebody else saying Arteta should be sacked. I don't have time for these kind of nonsense. Thanks, Charlie, for joining me. Charlie's about to go live for a gaming stream. Thanks, everyone, for joining, and I'll see you all in the next one. Adios.